Obviously, we don't know Dembski's status, but in the event that he can't go on Friday, I'm wondering who has to pick up the slack, or what does that need? What needs to happen in order for you guys to kind of pick up the slack for a guy who's so important to the offense here?
Just everybody as a group has to understand what their job is, even more, obviously. And as I always tell you guys, Nick does a ton for us. So when he's not out there, it can make stuff difficult. Obviously, when you're in a game where a lot of things are, drawn up for him, or he problem solves a lot for us, right? So it's imperative for us, not just this week but every week, to make sure that we understand if in a worst case scenario he's not playing, what we need to do to continue to execute.
What's your rapport been like with Pokey since he's been back? Maybe even compared to last year. Like, has it been better than last year? About the same, or what would you say?
Probably better. I mean, from a starting point, just because I know him now. Early in the season last year, I mean, he was finding his way onto the roster. I think he was playing field two for us. You have Kenny Lawler here, Dalton Schoen, Nick Dembski. It's Walt Tarski's been here for a long time. He wasn't necessarily like our go-to guy, early in the year. As the season went on, I think he became that guy. One of those guys for us. Obviously, he could demand a coverage is rolled to him, and when you get a one-on-one opportunity for him, you want to take advantage of it. So, I think just carrying over from last year and into this year, and obviously he's a smart guy. He understands what we're doing. You don't have to tell him a lot of things twice, and you guys see it week in and week out, not just on the field during games, but at practice. He can make a play with the balls in the air. So it's been great to have him back.
How about the rapport with a guy like Gavin Cobb? I feel like he's just kind of flown just quietly this entire season so far.
Yeah, Gavin's a guy who's played a lot in this league. When we signed him in the offseason, I called him and told him how excited I was that he was going to be on the roster for us. And I thought he's been a pro the entire season. He had a great training camp. He plays the game very fast. He's very smart. I mean, you could tell he's been well coached other places he's been. So confident with him in the game.
Last one for me. I know the numbers don't tell the entire story all the time, but you look on the surface and it's you guys outgain them per play, I should say, on average. You guys outrush them per average. You guys almost outpass them per play on average. But then you guys are yet a miraculous catch away from maybe losing that game by double digits. I mean, how does that happen? I guess what I'm wondering. The numbers maybe suggest one thing, but it's a different thing altogether.
Yeah, you got to play a clean game, like we always talk about. Whether that's winning the turnover battle, executing plays in critical situations. When we're in scoring territory, scoring touchdowns, not field goals, all those things, right? Seems like we've had to say that a lot this year, but we have to make sure that we fine tune everything, and this is the stretch run here. We play, probably the best football team in the league right now, coming up here, and I know after that we play Montreal, is a great football team too, and then it's playoffs, right? So to win these games, you got to play at an incredibly high level, and we had to clean a lot of things up.
When we talked to you post game, you hadn't seen Pokey's catch. I'm assuming you've seen it by now, a few times.
Yeah, I saw it. Was really cool.
What did you make of it?
I mean, just impressive. I honestly couldn't really tell from where I was. I thought it was just like maybe laying on somebody, But yeah, it was like he did like the go-go gadget arm, stuck it out there. Yeah, he's a stud.
When you're throwing it, do you think if I bonk this off two defenders, it's going to look even better on Pokey's resume, or is that just kind of a thing that happens?
No, it just happened. Again, the concept was supposed to hit a little bit differently. I think I mentioned to you after the game. Obviously, you want him to run underneath of that defender, and the defender basically ran the route for him. So, with a guy like him or a guy like Kenny, even Nick, it's like, hey, let me give him a shot. And so I threw the ball more inside, knowing he adjusts to the ball very well, right? And he did that. So
I struggle to think of a catch we've seen like that in the game. Do things like that happen in practice? Do like incredible, unbelievable catches happen in practice, training camp, whenever?
Oh yeah, I mean things happen during the week. At times you're like, whoa, but you rarely go to the ground, so something like that wouldn't usually be seen. But I've always said to you, I've seen him track the ball in different ways so many times that him being able to find the football is not surprising to me.
You were pretty candid with Derek after the game too about what this game maybe cost you a good chance of hosting a playoff game, and you want to reward your fans and Wade and all that. What does it do though, even for the chances of reaching a Grey Cup?
Oh, I mean, teams have made the Grey Cup in many different ways. Obviously, we're a living testament to that. again, it's not about that. Once you make the playoffs, it's anybody's game, right? So we have to focus on this week, obviously, take care of business. But yeah, what I said after the game, I meant, you set goals for the season. I know you don't talk about goals, and the ultimate goal is to win the Grey Cup, but you want to, play a home game. And again, it's obviously it gives you an advantage in that game. But like I said after the game, we have such an incredible fan base here. You want to bring them out for another one. I know the Grey Cup's here, but it would be nice to have that one too. As said at the Wade the other day. And again, I think about him, and I understand how teams make money in this league, right? So it's been really, I think, great for the organization. Obviously, probably the bottom line that we've had so many home playoff games, and you want to do that. Like, it's one of the things that I think about at least going into the year. Yeah.
When you lose, you almost always say you should have done better. How about this one? I mean, how do you feel you played?
Yeah. There's a handful of plays, if not every play, that you always second guess, wish you could do better on. And yeah, we need to play better on offense, bottom line. And that starts with, the buck starts with me as the quarterback. I make the decisions out there in the field, where to go with the football, when to throw the football, all those different moments in the game. I'm the guy at the football, so I have to do a better job.
If the week before was one of your best of the year, was this one of your poorest or no? Would you not?
I'd go back and I can't remember, like 5 or 6 games ago. Like, just with respect to how I played in them, but yeah, definitely a couple plays in that one I'd want to have back. Not necessarily just the turnovers, but just opportunities that were missed with eyes in the wrong spots and those kind of things.
Yeah, driving nuts, taking a while.
Always.
Stick in your craw all weekend.
For years to come, probably. Yeah.
Years.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.